Coronation Street's Kit Green puts himself in danger next week when he reveals he's been secretly investigating a case of possible police corruption involving Lisa Swain's late wife Becky. The curious copper tells girlfriend Sarah Barlow he's been digging on the down low, but does he have the answers that grieving Lisa is desperate for? The mystery of Becky Swain's death deepens, teases our Corey insider. Because nobody will talk, Kit smells a rat and is doing his own detective work. Can he get to the bottom of this, or is he jeopardizing his career when his colleagues insist he keeps his nose out? DC Green is on the wrong side of the law for reasons unconnected to the Swain cold case when he gets involved in Sarah's clash with a potential Underworld client. Businessman Eli shows up late for a meeting in a foul mood, having been delayed by a police officer who claimed he was illegally parked and searched his car, which didn't get his day off to the best start. Kit arrives at the factory to see Sarah and is stunned to clock Eli. Turns out the fellas have already met. Kit was the policeman who stopped him, our source confirms. What are the chances? Eli is already snippy with Sarah, so finding out she's dating the martiest member of Weatherfield's constabulary doesn't exactly seal their deal. As Sarah sends her lover packing and attempts some damage limitation with Eli, Kit refuses to let the matter drop. After confronting Eli about his treatment of Sarah, Kit is hauled in at work by his boss, Di Costello. Straight-talking Costello reveals Eli has made an accusation of intimidation against Kit, so he's placed on desk duty until further notice. Kit is also ordered to pretend it's because of his injuries in the line of duty, unless he wants to endure a formal inquiry in light of his other recent activities. Kit offloads to Sarah about his demotion. However, there's little sympathy from his other half, who berates him for going after Eli and fighting her battles when he wasn't asked. Steering the conversation around, Kit then has a confession for Sarah, which leaves her reeling. Kit admits he was on a case not long ago and clocked it was linked to an historic investigation Becky Swain was on, our insider shares. When he asked Costello for access to those files, he was told to leave it alone. But Kit continued to investigate in secret, hence Lisa seeing his name on the access request when she went snooping. What Kit has unearthed about the Becky business must be juicy if he hasn't divulged it to anyone. Will he tell Sarah the full story? And why hasn't he let Lisa in on this yet? A tiny, domestic moment becomes the hinge for a much darker revelation on Coronation Street next week as DC Kit Green quietly places himself at the center of an investigation that could reopen the mystery surrounding Becky Swain's death. What begins with an awkward confrontation at Underworld and an apparently petty complaint from an irate businessman quickly turns into something far more combustible. Kit admitting to his girlfriend, Sarah Barlow, that he has been secretly digging into a cold trail that ties back to Lisa Swain's late wife. The plotline hits two very different registers at once. On the surface, there's the everyday, soap-level drama. Missed meetings, a sulking client, domestic squabbles in the canteen. Underneath is a classic Coronation Street engine, grief, a buried investigation, and the frightening possibility that those who should protect the truth might be the ones obscuring it. Here's what we know, and why the next few episodes promise to reshape loyalties on the street. It starts at Underworld. Businessman Eli arrives late and in a mood, having been detained beforehand by an overzealous traffic officer who insisted on searching his car after claiming it was parked illegally. The small indignity spoils Eli's day and puts him on edge. What makes the situation dramatically awkward is who that traffic officer turns out to be, Kit Green. The coincidence, or not, of both men being in the same place soon after causes friction. Eli, already snippy with Sarah over a shaky pitch, is incensed to find she's dating the man who held him up. His temper flares, there's a shove, and a scene is narrowly avoided when Sarah, thinking quickly, confines him to the office so the meeting can continue. The encounter would have been a small blip if not for what follows. Eli files a formal complaint of intimidation against Kit. The complaint lands on Di Costello's desk, and to Kit's dismay, results in an immediate personnel move. He's placed on desk duty indefinitely. The official reason given is sympathetic. Injuries sustained in the line of duty. But the private truth is harsher. Costello warns Kit that if the complaint is pressed, he could face a full formal inquiry because of other recent activities. In effect, Costello is telling Kit to keep his head down or risk his career. That is the pressure moment.